Hi everybody, this is the Football Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host on, and this is another insane report from the Nut House, Nervous Hospital, Funny Farm, known as WFAN.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha, they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm.
Yes, welcome back to the Football Hut. We're going to talk about, again, the insane takes and the insane situations we're finding some of the personalities at WFAN are finding themselves in. Now, this takes the cake. Oh my God. Joe Beningo, big Jets fan. Joe Beningo, big Mets fan. The guy is a black cloud over his teams. And I can give you an example, an actual example, which I forgot about. He went to the Giants-Jets game about a month ago. And instead of sticking around because he thought the Jets were going to lose, he left the stadium. So he did not actually watch the winning field goal, I guess, produced by the Jets. So he was willing to leave early. He was willing to leave early. What a great fan. This is a great fan. Like I said, when he's not there, the teams play well. Stop following the teams. Do us a favor. Now, I'm a Mets fan. Just tell him the background. I'm a big Mets fan. When he returned to WFAN in 2022, I knew that the Mets were in trouble. And they've been in trouble ever since. He thought the Mets were going to win the World Series. He wanted to be on the air. This is why he's been on the air for the last year. Because he thinks the Jets were going to go to the Super Bowl. He thought the Mets were going to win the World Series. That's why he returned. Unless there's another reason. Can't be other reasons. But that's why he's returned. And he should stay retired. Go back to the nursing home. Go back and continue on with people saying Mr., Mr., Mr. all day. And saying the name George all day. George. You know, that's what he should do. Go back there. Get someone to feed him, 3-4 times a day. Give him his breakfast, his lunch, his dinner. Change his diaper. That's what he should be doing. But no, he has to come back and cause trouble for the teams. And here we have an example. And I think this is probably an example of a larger issue, probably with more than just him. And that's why he had to quickly save face for his radio station. And he did this within 2-3 days. But he has admitted a lot of stuff here. This guy is nuts. But but this is how the media is, in particular WFAN. From awful announcing, Joe Beningo texts an offer to Robert Saleh, who is the coach of the Jets, to personally script the first 15 offensive plays for a Jets game. What? Let me read this again. Joe Beningo texts an offer to Robert Saleh to personally script the first 15 offensive plays for a Jets game. Quote, he sent me back a very LOL on that, by the way, bro. Joe Beningo got in hot water this week when he misinterpreted text messages with New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh. He had to apologize later after reporting that Saleh disliked quarterback Zach Wilson. After confessing to that mistake on Stupidity this week with host John Stugatz Weiner, as well as admitted to sending Saleh a 6-part treatise on how to fix the Jets, longtime WFAN host let out another nugget for good measure. Quote, let me say this too. I don't think there's any problem with me saying this. I also offered to script the first 15 plays of the game last week for him. Beningo chuckled. He sent me back a very nice LOL on that, by the way. While Beningo didn't write out the specific plays initial text, he was pretty direct with what he wanted. Beningo also told Saleh he needed to get more involved in the play calling as head coach. However, Beningo stated he has never called a single play for the Jets and only suggested ideas. Now, I wouldn't mention, I'm sure there's plenty of media people that do this shit. And there's probably plenty of media that do this on purpose to cause trouble for teams. And not only this sport, but probably in other sports as well. Quote, I will say this. I have screamed for weeks that the first play should be a play-action bomb down the field, Beningo said. Now, last week, even though freaking Boyle didn't throw it, I think that was the play because I think he was looking deep down the field. The beleaguered Jets fan took some solace that his message was maybe finally being received. Quote, look, I don't know if I influenced that play call or not, but I have been pushing it for a long time, all right, Benigno said. For a sputtering New York Jets offense in search of answers without Aaron Rodgers, maybe offensive coordinator Joe Beningo is the answer. I mean, this is just insane. I mean, complete, total craziness. But this is what you get here. And they are very disruptive. We've seen this. We saw how they treated Carl Banks. We've seen how Benigno screamed at Tiki Barber. Okay? On the Baseball Hut, too, in the Baseball Hut, we talked a lot about the New York Mets getting attacked. And we took the Pete Alonso getting attacked for being a good guy. It's insane. This stuff is crazy. I don't know. It's because their medium is kind of like struggling or whatnot. But this is a disaster. Now, this is from the New York Post. Robert Saleh responds to this stuff. Headline, Robert Saleh moving on after Joe Beningo texts debacle over Jets Zach Wilson. If Robert Saleh has any regrets about being too loose-lipped with former WFAN host Joe Beningo, he's not going to say so out loud. Earlier this week, Beningo, who has remained a regular WFAN contributor, after retiring from hosting every day, told Evan Roberts and Tiki Barber on air that based on his text message communications with Saleh, the Jets head coach does not like quarterback Zach Wilson. Despite some reported reluctance about returning to the job, Wilson is resuming the role. Now, he has disputed that. He said he wants to play, and he's going to play this week. He's resuming the role as the Jets starting quarterback this Sunday. On Wednesday, Saleh spoke to reporters and was asked about what Benigno had said on the air. Quote, as far as Joe B is concerned, I'm just going to keep all that with myself and just move on from it. Oh, boy. He's going to get himself fired. This will get you fired, folks. A final question was asked. Does he have any regrets? No, Saleh answered. I like Joe B. It is what it is. Just moving on. For his part, Benigno returned to speak with Roberts and Barber on Tuesday and explained that he talked things over with Saleh after spilling the beans on the coach's opinion on Wilson. Quote, I think I can say this. We spoke for about 25 minutes last night. Coach called me last night and we discussed a lot of different things. I don't know where I'm at it today. It sounded last night like we left in a good stead. I will say that. I was going to text him this morning and say, boy, Coach, Jake Browning looked great last night. I didn't want to go there, but he did. Say what you want. Zach Taylor doesn't have a Joe Burrow, but maybe we should look into this guy to bring back up Aaron Rodgers. Benigno believes Saleh's job is safe. The bottom line is this. His record is 15-31. He knows I've been through this, he said. I don't think he's going to get fired. I think he's going to get his year with Aaron Rodgers. We talked about a bunch of different things. I don't want to reveal all the different things anymore that we talked about. I mean, why not, Joe? Record it. Turn the speaker on. Do it on your podcast. At this point, might as well. Do it. That would be great. This guy's gonna get fired. I think he'll get fired, folks. I don't know what you think. But this is how disruptive these people are at WFAN. They're very disruptive. They don't care. And and here's the thing. The radio station doesn't care. They think this is great. The more disruptive they are, the more the people will listen. But the problem is if you're a fan, these people are causing trouble with your team. Your team's not winning. So this guy's giving advice to Saleh. You're not an expert just because you watch the games. You don't know what the hell's going on. This guy doesn't know how to handle a text message. It's just crazy. But that's what you get when you deal with the nerves hospital known as WFAN.
They're coming to take me away, ha ha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, ha ha. To the funny farm.